Hello lawyer and hello law students. I'm Catherine Mason. I'm the director of Cambridge Law Studio. I'm the author of 9 legal English books, and I'm here to welcome you to our quick legal vocabulary class. Today's word is to allege. To allege something means to say that something is true, but a court has not decided yet that it's actually true. For example, my client alleges that your client is in breach of contract. So you can see how I've used the word allege. Let's explain breach of contract. That's the correct legal English to say you did not fulfill an obligation. Breach means break or fail to fulfill the contract. So my client alleges that your client is in breach of contract. Lawyers often use the word allege like this to claim that someone has done something wrong. It is similar to the word accuse, but lawyers say accuse in criminal law and say allege in non-criminal law. It's a bit more polite than accuse. For example, they accused the defendant of murder, but they alleged that the defendant was in breach of contract. That's the difference between the two. In civil law, company law, contract, anything like that, we use the verb to allege. Here are 2 example sentences. The claimant alleges that the defendant breached the contract by failing to deliver the goods on time. Second sentence. The defendant alleges that several key documents were withheld during the pre-trial disclosure process. We've got a few words there to explain. So in the first sentence, there would be a clause, maybe you want to say article, I would say clause in the contract specifying a delivery date for the goods. If you deliver late, you have breached the contract. So the full sentence is, the claimant alleges that the defendant breached the contract by failing to deliver the goods on time. The second sentence, key documents just means important documents. Withheld means kept or hidden. And this is during the pre-trial disclosure process. So in British law, when you go to court, before the court date, you have a legal duty to show the other party every document that you intend to use, and that's called the pre-trial disclosure process. So let's read the sentence again. The defendant alleges that several key documents were withheld during the pre-trial disclosure process. The noun which lawyers use is allegation. For example, your client has made several serious allegations about my client's business, and you will have to prove those allegations in court. Let's think of an example. I've got an Airbnb. You stayed in my Airbnb, and now you've gone online and you have said it was dirty, it was too expensive, it was cold, the neighbours were noisy, all the problems with an Airbnb. Now, a court hasn't said yet if you really did that or not. At the moment, it's just a serious allegation about my business. So let's have that sentence again. Your client has made several serious allegations about my client's business, and you will have to prove those allegations in court. It's a good idea now for your homework to translate that second sentence there using allegation. Translate that into your first language. That's your legal English vocabulary homework. Congratulations, you can now use the word allege like a legal professional. And if you would like to practice this word and more for free, you can download a free PDF of part of our A to Z of Business Law book. That's a vocabulary book. You'll be given definitions of the words, practice sentences, and most importantly, an answer key. If you'd like to do that, the link is in the description below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.